Here are some amazing facts about Eurasian nuthatch. Scientific classification: the Eurasian nuthatch belongs to the family Sittidae. Appearance: it has a blue-gray upper body, a white face and underparts, and a distinct black eye stripe. Size: it measures around 14 centimeters (5.5 inches) in length. Weight: an adult typically weighs between 17 to 28 grams. Wingspan: the wingspan ranges from 22 to 27 centimeters. Distribution: found across Europe and Asia, from Portugal to Japan. Habitat: prefers deciduous or mixed woodlands, particularly those with old, mature trees. Nesting: often nests in natural tree cavities or old woodpecker holes. Nest lining: uses bark, moss, and fur to line its nest. Breeding season: breeds from April to June. Eggs: lays 6 to 9 eggs per clutch. Incubation: the female incubates the eggs for about 14 to 16 days. Fledging: chicks fledge approximately 20 to 24 days after hatching. Diet: primarily feeds on insects, seeds, and nuts. Food storage: known to store food in tree crevices for later use. Behavior: agile and acrobatic, can climb up and down tree trunks. Communication: uses a variety of calls, including whistles and trills. Name origin: the name nuthatch comes from its habit of wedging nuts into tree bark and hacking at them. Subspecies: there are around 20 recognized subspecies. Longevity: can live up to 11 years in the wild. Predators: includes birds of prey, like hawks and owls. Adaptability: can thrive in urban parks and gardens. Unique feeding: unlike woodpeckers, nuthatches do not use their tails for support while climbing. Tail shape: their tail is short and squared, unlike the pointed tail of woodpeckers. Flight: has a rapid and undulating flight pattern. Mating: monogamous, pairs often mate for life. Territorial: strongly territorial, especially during the breeding season. Roosting: will use nesting cavities for roosting in the winter. Wing shape: wings are broad and rounded. Feather mold: undergoes a complete mold after the breeding season. Plumage color: the intensity of the blue-gray color can vary among subspecies. Claw structure: has strong claws for gripping tree bark. Head proportion: relatively large head compared to body size. Vision: excellent vision, aids in detecting predators and locating food. Foraging behavior: known to forage in mixed species flocks during winter. Geographical variability: northern populations tend to be more migratory than southern ones. Winter behavior: often more visible at bird feeders during winter. Social structure: can be seen in pairs or family groups. Impact on trees: helps control insect populations, benefiting tree health. Tool use: occasionally uses bark pieces to wedge into crevices to access insects. Vocal mimicry: capable of mimicking the calls of other bird species. Common call: a distinctive twit or twee sound. Wing flapping: exhibits rapid wing flapping when flying between trees. Camouflage: plumage provides excellent camouflage against tree bark. Seasonal movements: may move to lower altitudes or more temperate areas during harsh winters. Water source: requires regular access to water for drinking and bathing. Sibling cooperation: juveniles may help feed younger siblings in some cases. Parasite load: can carry parasites like ticks and lice. Energy expenditure: high metabolic rate, needs to feed frequently. Brain size: relatively large brain, aiding in complex behaviors. Conservation status: listed as least concern by the IUCN. Interspecies interaction: competes with other cavity nesting birds for nesting sites. Migration. Some populations show partial migration, depending on food availability. Regional names, known as wood nuthatch in some regions. Vocal communication, uses calls to communicate territory and attract mates. Play behavior, juveniles often engage in play, practicing climbing and foraging. Winter diet, diet shifts more towards seeds and nuts in winter. Predator evasion, uses rapid, erratic flight to evade predators. Brood parasitism, rarely falls victim to brood parasitism by cuckoos. Historical significance, depicted in ancient European art and folklore. Parental care, both parents share in feeding and caring for the young. Territorial songs, males sing more frequently during the breeding season. Vocal range, wide vocal range, including high-pitched calls and lower trills. Species interactions, may form mixed species flocks with tits and other small birds. Fossil records, fossil evidence suggests presence in Europe for millions of years. Human interaction, commonly visits bird feeders, especially with suet and peanuts. Climbing technique, uses lateral undulating movements to climb. Feather structure, dense, soft feathers provide insulation in cold climates. Research studies, frequently studied for its behavior and ecology. Symbolism, often symbolizes resilience and adaptability in various cultures.